U.S. President Donald Trump remains tight-lipped about a potential bilateral trade deal with India in his press briefing following the 6th cabinet meeting of his second stint in the Oval Office. It almost seemed like he spoke out about every aspect of the tariffs but the deal with India. In a 95-minute-long media session held late last night, amongst the key highlights were his deep dive into the history of tariffs in the U.S. and how he's only trying to get even with countries who have, as he says, ripped the U.S. off for years. President Trump also seemingly took aim at his NATO counterparts and referred to South Korea as an example of a place with upwards of 40,000 U.S. troops in the country. Germany was another country he mentioned when he spoke about American military assets in other countries, saying they should start paying for their own military. Other major highlights included the sectoral tariffs, where Trump announced a 50% tariff on copper imports and suggested that semiconductor chips and pharmaceuticals could potentially be next, saying an announcement could come very soon. As for a deal with India, the wait continues. Will India be able to navigate Trump's torrent of tariffs? Only time will tell. Sharad Kohli, senior economist, is joining us live on the broadcast. Sharad, what do you make of so far the United States president not weighing in on any adverse tariffs for India? He's remained tight-lipped on this so far. Does that mean that a deal is in the offing soon?
Good afternoon, Uday. Good afternoon to the viewers of NewsX. Well, I'm seeing some contradicting statements here coming from President Trump because, yes, as you said, on one side, he is tight-lipped and he's sounding very hopeful that something is in the kitchen and it could be delivered very soon. That India is, or U.S. is very close to, U.S. and India rather, are very close to coming out with a deal. On the other side, we heard the statement coming about BRICS nations where he said that 10% additional tariffs on BRICS nations, and he specifically named India, that India is also very much an active member of BRICS. So he also said that BRICS as a group seemed to be fading away, but now BRICS is again, trying to raise its head against anti-America. So he says that they are trying to generate anti-America, theatrics or a currency for that matter. So I see some contradiction in the statements, Uday, there coming from President Trump. Well, until the cat is out of the bag, it is very difficult to say as to which way things would turn. But I do see some kind of a mini or an interim deal coming through where agri and dairy products may not be there in that deal. But with regard to other products like shoes, like footwear, textiles, leather, steel, aluminium, I think America has already clarified its stand. So I don't really see anything major happening, but maybe auto parts. And then American machinery, which India seems to be very open to reducing the tariffs or making them zero. Well, I think the things on which there is in principle agreement between the two countries, that may be part one of the deal. And then part two of the deal may take a few more months, weeks, God knows, because it's very difficult to predict President Trump as to what he comes out. Morning, evening, afternoon, we keep hearing statement after statement from him. So that only time will tell, Uday.
Absolutely. Also, Sharad Kohli, we've heard, of a 10% tariff now for BRICS nations. He's issued that warning to BRICS countries. What are we to make of that?
If we convert what you said to numbers, then the tariff levied by United States on India on 2nd April, the reciprocal tariffs, which he kept on hold for 3 months, they were 10% base tariff, 16% tariff, which is he had levied 26% tariffs on India, which are, of course, on hold until now, until the deal is reached. And if we add another 10% to that for BRICS nation, that makes it 36. So the deal which I see coming through will have a minimum of 10% of the base tariffs. And if this BRICS tariff, as I call it now, if this BRICS tariff is there, that's another 10%. So I see that 20% tariff to definitely be there on the Indian goods being exported to the U.S. As regards the remaining 16%, I think the mini deal or the interim deal might find a way to circumvent that.
All right, Sharad Kohli, thank you for joining us with your perspective.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.